to stroke out. I sell jokes for clout, and I'll never run out. 'Cause
God bless America. What? He said, God bless America. Get him. Yeah, God bless America. God bless the Philadelphia Eagles. God bless the great state of Louisiana. God bless Nolans. I actually got a caller coming in right now. Lucky podcast episode number 13, Anti-George Carlin podcast. What's your name, sir?
This is Alex Jones. You're on Live InfoWars. What's the inside baseball? What's the inside baseball? Do you have boots on the ground? Boots on the ground, eyes and ears on the ground there. What is the intel?
Boots on the ground. Baseball? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I need the inside baseball. Inside baseball. We need the inside baseball of what's going on. Do you have eyes and ears on the locale right now? What's going on? How did you manage to get a hotel room downtown New Orleans day of the Super Bowl? Thoughts?
Thought? He always leaves thoughts. I got it like that, Alex Jones. I just got it like that. That was Alex Jones calling in. No way. That was crazy. That was insane. That was Alex Jones really calling in to the Anti-George Carlin podcast. And I don't really have an earpiece. Come on. This is comedic irony. I have to explain this stuff just like I go, I don't think I like liberals anymore. Get up. That's the joke. That's the joke. They're so superficially motivated. They may have lazy neurons, synapses that aren't firing properly. They may not have prefrontal cortexes. Maybe they're reptilian. Maybe they're microcephalic. Did you ever think of that? Maybe they're microcephalic. They have brains the size of a peanut. Maybe they're not Homo sapiens sapiens. Maybe they're Neanderthals. I don't know. Did you ever, CNN, the news cycles are 3 seconds. You know who doesn't take breaks? Criminals. Are all liberals criminals? You ever think of that? Does a burglar ever rest? No, burglar's not. I'm taking a Sabbath today. I'm going to do some prayer and meditation. But tomorrow, I'm robbing every house in Pasadena that got affected by the wildfires. All liberals are criminals. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're worse than the Taliban. They're worse than Hamas. They're racists. That's the upside down where whenever I'm in the hotel, I love turning on CNN and then Fox News directly after. And the dichotomy, that's a stark dichotomy there, friend. It's insane, but I think we're going to look back historically. Mark my words here. We're going to go, Tucker Carlson. We are punching down. It's low-hanging fruit. It's buffoonery. Liberals have become buffoonery, similar to this tire. I just was on the highway. A tire fell off of this trailer. And next thing you know, this tire's flying. I'm going like 65. This tire's passing me now. It's like a cartoon. It's like 1 in a million chances. This tire's rolling, keeps rolling. It's rolling past me now, and it passed me on the right. It pulled an illegal passing move. This tire fell off this trailer. The insanity, by the way, because guess what state I'm in right now? It's Florida. So it's like, yeah, I don't even think they have vehicle inspections in Florida. Maybe wrong. I don't want to be spreading misinformation. That's what people love to do now. And the liberals are top tier at spreading hate and vitriol because that's all they have. They have to go, I'm up here and this person's down here. It's a superficial way to get dopamine. And it's buffoonery. It's straight up buffoonery. The craziest one was the red hat. Someone was like, that person's wearing a red hat. He must be racist. What? What are you talking about? Are you that dumb? You're that dumb. Are you Copernicus, Einstein, Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud? How'd you equivocate in under 3 seconds that someone's racist from an article of clothing? What? This is the world we live in. And the liberals will die on that hill of superficiality. It's all outer. It's all outer. What's when 1 second I can get someone, oh, he's a racist. It's like the G.G. Allen of insults times 10. Calling someone racist, it's like, it's worse than the G.G. Allen of insults, actually. It's like, but it's lazy thinking. And people, no one's, this is my point. This is the point I'm getting to. In 30 years from now, we're going to look back and we're going to go, we punched down. These people aren't even, like, there's nothing of substance to even argue with them about. And yet we're still doing it. The right needs to, I'll tell both parties what they need to do. The right needs to stop engaging. It's clearly setups and they're just trying to attack you. Makes no sense. Don't even engage with it. The left, I used to look up to you. when I was a kid, liberals, I used to look up to liberals, especially in the academics, the arts. People looked up to the libs. And nowadays, it's not lib smart. It's not lib intelligent. It's lib for a reason. Yeah. So, back to the Super Bowl, because this is like a little boy's dream of mine. I'm in New Orleans, and I knew right away the Eagles were going to win. I didn't want to jinx it. But I knew right away from the first. There was 2 floats: a Chiefs float and an Eagles float. And the Eagles float, they're shotgunning beers. They're woo, go America! Whoa. They're trash talking. You look over at the Chiefs float, one person. Next thing you know, the Eagle float's throwing beads. This one dude's throwing beads at the Eagles float, at the Chiefs float. I'm like, I knew right then and there. The Eagles had this one in the bag. Actually, I'll show a quick vid. Every bar you went to, the Eagles were dominating. Like, trash talking. There's 30 Eagles fans, and they're dominating every bar. And the Chiefs fans are like, oh, gee, Williker. Oh, we really got a great squad this year. Meanwhile, shocking the beer, throwing the beer can, not giving an F, dude. Philadelphians in New Orleans is the funniest thing. If you interviewed, for real, this could be a comedic sketch. They're so much more entertaining. You could interview a Philadelphia Eagles fan. It's going to be a great interview. Then you can go to a Chiefs fan and go, hey, what do you think about the Super Bowl? And just start walking away. Because it's not going to be fun. It's going to be a really lame interview. And that's how I knew the Eagles were going to win right there, dude. I already knew. It was in the air. It was in the air. You know, people say that. People get on Eminem, by the way. I don't, because every AAU basketball team, AAU basketball player knows what I'm talking about. If you're listening to Till I Collapse right before you go on the court, you're going to dominate. There's something about that vibe. If you go in knowing you're going to destroy, you'll destroy. I was playing Can Jam with someone, takes his shirt off a lot, and his name is Shirtless Blank. If I got nicknamed Shirtless Ross, it's a legendary status immediately. But I didn't know Can Jam, and I'm throwing this frisbee around, and it's a game where you have to hit. It's 2 buckets set up, and there's a little slot, and if you hit that in without your teammate hitting the frisbee for you, you win the game. That's like you hit a Can Jam. So I hit one, probably like the 4th or 5th try. You're like, oh, that never happens. I'm like, cool, okay. Second game, I hit another one. On God. And they explained to me how impossible this is to hit 2 Can Jams back to back. I haven't hit one since. Straight, I've been trying. I've been trying to hit the Can Jams. I haven't been able to do it. And it's because people have said, this never happens. As soon as that gets in your head, you're going to be thinking about it, stuff like that. And there's something about going into the Super Bowl, knowing you're going to win. And it's in the air. It's electric. People can feel it. It was an awesome moment for me. Always wanted to go to the Super Bowl. New Orleans, such a fun town. So I'm in Pensacola right now. Going to be working on a few comedic bits. What? Straight up, I love Florida. I love the South. There's something about the South. There just is. And I think it's because there's no... conservatives don't annoy me. They really don't. They're not the ones talking trash online and like in person. They don't do anything. The conservatives aren't the ones shouting out when you're trying to do a bit on stage or something like that. He's sexist. Get him. It's like, what are you talking about? He's wearing a red hat. Get him. Conservatives don't do that. And if the liberals want to win the next presidential election, here's what you got to do. Engage in political dialogue. Oh, we're paying a politician tax money to talk about real American issues that affects Americans, like poverty and lowering food prices and gas prices and whatever. Yeah, that's what your job is. You don't go, he's a monkey. He's racist. It's like tribal stuff, literally Neanderthals in unison doing the same thing. And it's people are sick of it. So that's why I love the South. You have no liberal nonsense. I'm not going to Atlanta. I'm not going to like some places that have a huge liberal demographic because I think comedy dies. And it used to be the opposite when I was growing up. And this is why I used to look up to the liberals and why it's fun to then make fun of Eminem, but Eminem, man, he's like got me through so many hard times as a kid. I'll never disrespect that dude. I don't care what your politics are because I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. I'm not totally insane yet. The whole thing is like, you're going to judge someone. Can't I like apples and bananas? Is that not possible? Is that dialectical thinking too much for the reptilian brain of the libs? Like I was saying, it's lib for a reason. It's not lib intelligent, but you know, they love to box people in now. That used to be the right. When I was a kid growing up, you'd have parental like advisory stickers on a CD, an Eminem CD, for instance. And you'd want to buy it. And you go, who's trying to silence these people with freedom of speech? Oh, it's the right? Makes sense. This is upside down world. Everything's upside down. Liberals silencing other people is crazy. Let's just first off all be on the same page. Anyone silencing another person's speech is insane. Historically, it's always been the high priests. This goes back to Egypt. And it's pretty much like, you got to go through me to get the Thoth. You got to go through me to get to God. No one, we're not doing that anymore. We see through it. And the way we get out of this is continuing to live our lives and just not punch down. It's so easy to go after liberals nowadays because they just, it's psychological profile makeup. The CIA knew this since like the 50s. Your political ideologies don't really have much to do with you. It's how open are you? How much do you have? Are you a creative mind, non-creative? The big 5 personality traits, I believe, are the ones that go into a person's psychological makeup. And once you recognize that, like, you don't even have choice over that, it's just kind of who you are, your personality, and that kind of leads you into the direction of liberals or Republicans. That's a game changer because you're like, oh, these people don't even know what they're doing. They literally are monkeys thinking that the outer means something. And that's what I want the liberals to change. If I had any say in this whatsoever, it would be to stop focusing on the outer and get down to the brass tacks. Like, start engaging with Trump, start engaging with discourse instead of going, he's racist. It's upside down world. That's why I love watching CNN back to Fox at hotels, because you see the dichotomy. It's insane. How can a person have a cohesive worldview when these two news organizations are saying complete opposite things? It's bananas. That's why everyone went to Russell Brand's or Steven Crowder, Jordan Peterson. There's a couple other ones I'm blanking on. InfoWars. Like, that's why people go to these news outlets now, because the mainstream failed. So you have to recognize that. You can't, what happened was, like, the liberals doubled down on the nonsense buffoonery straight up. And it's like they're putting their head in the sand and, oh, there's blinders on me now. I can't see. It's like, first of all, your hands are in front of your face, dummy. Like, you can see what's going on. Am I, like, this is the same show we're all watching, and how come your head's in the sand while you're trying to make a political discourse argument? It's like, you can't just assume this person's racist because of a red hat. It doesn't even make sense anymore. And they're going to die on that hill of the gender and blah, blah, blah. It's exhausting. No one wants to do that. So that's what I think is going to happen. Historically, we're going to look back and go, oh, they were just punching down. It's very easy to do that. But why? You can just not engage. That's totally easier. And it makes way more sense to me. Anyways, go Eagles. Go. God bless America. What's going on? He said, God bless America. Whoa. Yeah, is that so wild? I love this country. What's going on? All right. Peace out, Girl Scouts.